Right then, welcome back everybody to Friday night is Onion Night, of course, the home of the Giant Onion Growing Challenge, where back last October I set a challenge to grow the biggest onion using Elsay, the Elsay variety from Foster's Seeds, and loads of people have joined in to grow the biggest onion. And Friday nights we see what's going on, see what other people are up to. I show you what I'm up to, and yeah, we just see what's going on. This week, there's you got to feel for it. The problem that, well, elephant in the room, if you like, that Duncan had with heat and some of his onions going to seed and putting up flower spikes. So I know and can appreciate, as can all of you that have joined in, can appreciate the amount of work gone into getting to where he had got to, and then he had those go to seed. Luckily, he's got 3 more outside, and hopefully they'll be all right and they'll grow away okay for him. I got super paranoid about it. I've been monitoring the one I've got here in the tunnel with my SwitchBot temperature monitors, and we'll take a look at them and the onions in a minute. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. Gutted for him. But anyway, I'll just go. We have a quick look at what I've got going on. We'll go over my Grow Lights onion, the best one I've got, my No Lights onion, the best one I've got, and we'll just touch on the onions that I've put away for seed, and we'll take a look at them, the flower heads, and how they're doing. All right, so we'll go and do that quick, and then we'll come back for onion news and have a little catch up with everybody. Okay, so first let's go and look at my best one in the brute bin. At the moment, I'm feeding it on Miracle-Gro all-purpose concentrated liquid seaweed, liquid food at a rate of 1 cap in 5 litres, and I'm pretty much dividing the 5 litres between the 2 onions, the best Grow Light and the No Light one, which we'll have a look at in a minute. So let's pan up and have a look. There it is, with a Coke bottle next to it for some scale. We're now at 30 centimeters diameter, or circumference rather, so that's a foot. That thing is a foot around. I know, I cannot believe how well this particular one has grown, and at the moment I'm still quite happy that it's putting up 2 more leaves from the center, so no sign of a flower stalk yet, although I'm super paranoid about it, I must admit. But in the tunnel, we've got the side ventilation rolled up, so it's getting plenty of ventilation, and normally the doors are open during the day, and you can see the height of that one leaf, or one flag going up. It's incredible. I'm just absolutely delighted that after all this hard work, we've got something like this. So there it is. And there again, going back to the heat that, you know, a lot of people are, myself included, have been worried about, especially after seeing Duncan's. I've been monitoring this, and I'll put a screenshot up because I've got the oh, a minute, let's move this out of the way a bit more. In here, that white thing is the SwitchBot temperature monitor. that I'm monitoring it, and so far, even with all this heat, it's not got above 27 degrees at the onion. So I'm hoping, praying that that's okay and it'll carry on growing. That's the other thing I've sort of picked up from seeing a few other people's videos, is if they're still growing, we should be good. It's when they stop growing, that's when I think, you know, the problem of a flower spike might occur. But so far so good on this one. We just have a quick look at my No Lights one as a comparison. Right, so we got the same setup of a brute bin. It's a better quarter bin with a big pot in the middle, but that's the difference. And I mean, that's my best grown under no lights. So that was sown on the shortest day back in December, and that's where we are at the minute. I think at the moment, from what I've seen, Robert Meakins has got the best no lights, so he could be on for a win on that, but we still got time to go. So that's my no lights one. And finally, we'll just go and look at the onions I'm putting that I put back for seed, and just take a look at the flower heads. Right, so this is the craziness that's going on with my seed onions, and these are my pride and joy. They really are. I'm chuffed to bits that I'm finally going to be able to grow my own seed. These are Joe Atherton's, and hopefully this seed will produce me some, these plants will produce me some great seed for next year. I've got them growing up through their own little trellis work, protected with bubble wrap, and we've got 5 seed heads off these 2 plants. And just take you in on this one. Yeah, look at that, look at that. So hopefully they'll get pollinated and we'll get some great seed. Yeah, just love it when the plan comes together. Right then, so it's time for Onion News, where we catch up with people's updates and whatever, and we all see what's going on in the world of onions. I think without doubt the biggest problem at the minute has been the heat. It's nuts for this time of year. I mean, I've been monitoring the tunnel and the onion with the Switchbox monitors that I've got, which have been absolutely brilliant for keeping an eye on things, because they don't just give you a min and max, but it shows you the temperature through the day. They're just brilliant. I have done a video on them, but they are really good, because I've got one right next to the onion and one in the polytunnel on its own. I can see the difference of doing different things makes. You know, I've got the side ventilation up, I've got the doors open, I've got a double layer of the shade netting around the onion, and by monitoring it I can see that the difference over the last 3 weeks, the tunnel in that position got up to 36 degrees, whereas the onion itself only got to 27. And I think at 27 it should be all right. So I just hope so. Elaine over Allotment Joy potted some on, as well as she's also got a purpose-built onion bed, and she did a video on that. It's brilliant. So the ones in that bed should do really well. And she's potted them on, and like she said, if you want big onions, you've got to have big pots. All right. I know Norm commented on the last video saying, oh, he thought onions were shallow rooted, and they are to a degree, but given the chance, they'll also put down a massive depth of root and really draw those nutrients up to help them grow into the giants that we're hoping to get. All right, so big onions, big pots. Brian, over at Brian's Garden in Polytunnel, potted his on. He's got the no lights. He's got such a brilliant attitude. I mean, he's had failure after failure, but he's kept going. He's got some. He's enjoying it. You know, it's just a great attitude to have of growing in general, to be honest, because let's face it, we all have our failures and our successes. Yeah, we've got take joy from the little wins. And he jokingly said his is an inch around. So, but he's got an inch, which is a lot more than some. Unfortunately, some have lost all their seeds. You know, it's been carnage. It really has. And it just goes to show how I don't know, difficult as such, but the amount of work and effort you've got to put in to grow something like we're trying to achieve. All right, so massive congratulations to Brian. Robert Meekins, he's got 5 in buckets, all grown no lights, and they're the best no lights ones I've seen. They really are. They're looking brilliant, Robert. So yeah, I think his are the no lights ones to beat at the moment, but there's still plenty of time. And I mean, I touched on it earlier, but Duncan over at Coastal Garden, North Wales, I mean, he's lost some due from what he said, and it sort of makes sense, through heat stress. And yeah, he had some go to seed, and that's it, game over as far as growth's concerned. And you know, growing onions and keeping them once they've gone to seed, that's about it really. You just got to put them up and do something with them. But luckily, he's got 3 in AirPods outside, and so far, touch wood, they're still looking all right. So I really hope that at least those 3 will come to something for him. That's about it really on the updates I've seen. If I've missed anybody, of course, just shout at me if I haven't put your video in the playlist or whatever. Someone I'm looking forward to seeing. They're keeping under the radar a bit at the minute since their last update. Jenny Plot 13, there again, she's got hers in these massive AirPods, so AirPods rather. So hopefully they're doing really well, Jenny. Whenever you get a chance, be great to see them. Ian Wilson, there again, the last time I saw them, they were the biggest at the time. But there again, he had one that he said wasn't growing. So I'll be interested to know whether that's succumbed to the heat or something else. Yeah, he's using the canner method in auto pots. So I'll be interested to see how they get on. You know, when you got time in, I'd love to see an update from them. I know everybody's busy, so you know, don't stress about it. But as and when. Yeah. Oh, and Market Gang and Peanut. We haven't seen his for a while. Good grower. I'm sure his is doing well. So, well, that's it for Onion News, really. That's all I've picked up on. Like I say, if I've missed anybody, videos or updates, give us a shout. Yeah. And it's just started to rain here, which is great. The temperature's come down, so hopefully this crazy weather is behind us and we can all move forward with a bit less stress. It's a stressful time, especially if, like me, you've only got one good one. All right, well, that's it. Enough me waffling. Thanks for watching. Cheers and gone. See you next week.